Aquarius, before you scroll, stop. Before you dismiss this as just another horoscope. Pause, because December 24th is not an ordinary day for you. Something is shifting beneath the surface of your life. You may feel restless without knowing why. You may feel emotional without a clear reason, or strangely calm before something big. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. December 24th carries rare energetic alignment for Aquarius natives, an alignment that reveals hidden truths, breaks illusions, and forces clarity where confusion once ruled. What you are about to read is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you up. These are not predictions. These are truths already unfolding in your life, whether you're ready to accept them or not. If you are an Aquarius who has felt misunderstood, who has outgrown people silently, who feels destiny pulling them in a new direction, then this message is for you. Let's begin. Truth number 1, the version of you that survived is not the version meant to thrive. Aquarius, you are strong. There is no denying that. But let's be honest for a moment. That strength came with a cost you rarely talk about. You didn't just become strong overnight. You learned it through pressure, confusion, disappointment, and emotional isolation. You adapted because you had to, not because you wanted to. You learned how to survive chaos when life felt unstable. You learned how to stay quiet when your intentions were misunderstood and explaining yourself felt pointless. You learned how to carry emotional weight alone because relying on others felt risky. Over time, these survival skills didn't just help you get through hard moments, they became who you are. And that's the problem. Somewhere along the way, survival stopped being a phase and turned into your identity. You became the one who handles everything, the one who doesn't complain, the one who keeps going even when exhausted. People started seeing you as strong, but very few noticed what that strength was costing you internally. December 24th brings a realization that may feel shocking, but deeply relieving. You no longer need to be the strong one, not all the time, not for everyone, not at the expense of your peace. The version of you that endured pain, rejection, confusion, and loneliness was absolutely necessary back then. That version protected you. It kept you moving forward. But that version cannot take you into your next chapter. Holding on to it now will only slow you down. You may start noticing subtle but powerful changes. Old habits suddenly feel heavy, like they don't fit who you are anymore. Certain responsibilities feel pointless, especially the ones you accepted out of obligation rather than desire. Your emotional tolerance for nonsense drops sharply. You no longer have the energy to entertain situations, conversations, or people that drain you. This is not weakness. This is growth. This is evolution. Your nervous system is finally realizing that the danger has passed. The constant alert mode you lived in for so long is no longer required. And now, the universe is asking you a very important question. Why are you still carrying armor when the war is over? Armor protects you in battle, but it also weighs you down. You cannot run freely, love openly, or dream fully while still dressed for survival. December 24th invites you to loosen that armor piece by piece. Let it go, not because what you went through didn't matter, but because it did, and it already did its job. Truth number 2. Someone you trusted was never meant to walk this far with you. This truth may hurt at first, but it will ultimately set you free. Aquarius, when you give your trust, you give it completely. Your loyalty isn't casual or temporary. Once someone is in your inner circle, you invest emotionally, mentally, and energetically. You don't walk away easily, even when things start feeling uneven. That's why December 24th brings a realization you may have been quietly avoiding. Not everyone who started the journey with you is meant to finish it with you. Some people were meant to walk beside you for a season, not a lifetime. Holding on to them beyond their purpose has been costing you more than you realize. This realization may point to a friend who leaves you feeling drained instead of supported. Conversations that once felt natural now feel heavy. You may notice you're always the one listening, helping, understanding, while your own needs remain unspoken or unmet. It could also show up in a relationship that feels one-sided, where your effort outweighs theirs and emotional balance no longer exists. For some Aquarius natives, this truth touches family dynamics. Patterns built on obligation, guilt, or tradition, rather than genuine emotional connection, may suddenly feel impossible to ignore. You may recognize that love should not feel like a duty or a burden. What's important is how this awareness arrives. It doesn't come through betrayal or dramatic conflict. It comes quietly, through clarity. You start seeing patterns you once explained away, words that sounded beautiful but were never followed by action, promises that stayed promises no matter how much time passed, excuses that repeated themselves while nothing changed. This moment is not about blaming anyone, it's about seeing clearly. December 24th doesn't expose people to hurt you, it reveals truth to protect you. Clarity is not cruelty, clarity is power. You may feel guilt at first, especially if you're used to carrying emotional responsibility for others. But understand this, choosing yourself is not abandonment. Creating distance is not betrayal. Outgrowing someone does not erase what you shared with them. You are not losing anyone on this day. You are releasing what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. And in doing so, you are reclaiming your time, your energy, and your emotional space. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for others is to let the journey continue separately. Truth number 3. Your silence has been loud enough. Now it's time to speak, Aquarius. You are naturally observant. You notice details others miss. You read between the lines, sense emotional shifts, and understand situations long before they fully unfold. And yet, despite seeing everything so clearly, you often choose silence, not because you lack words, but because you've learned that speaking can feel tiring. You stay silent to keep the peace, especially when conflict feels unnecessary. You stay silent to avoid drama, knowing how quickly misunderstandings can spiral. You stay silent because explaining yourself again and again feels like wasted energy. Over time, silence became your shield. It protected you, but it also limited you. December 24th changes this pattern in a powerful way. Something inside you shifts, and you begin to realize that staying quiet no longer feels safe or honest. You may feel a sudden, undeniable urge to set boundaries where you once stayed flexible. You may find yourself saying no without guilt, without over-explaining, without apologizing for choosing yourself. Thoughts you buried to keep harmony begin rising to the surface, asking to be expressed. This isn't about confrontation. It's not about emotional outbursts or dramatic statements. Your voice doesn't return with anger. It returns with clarity, calm, direct, and grounded. You say what needs to be said, not to control others, but to stay true to yourself. The universe is done rewarding your silence. For too long, you were praised for being easygoing, understanding, and adaptable, while your own needs went unrecognized. December 24th marks a shift where truth becomes more valuable than comfort. Honesty becomes more important than approval. You may be surprised by what happens next. When you speak from clarity rather than emotion, people listen. Not everyone will agree, but they will hear you. More importantly, you will hear yourself. Your words will feel aligned instead of heavy. Your decisions will feel cleaner, less complicated. This is not you becoming harsh. This is you becoming real. Your silence has already said enough. Now, your truth gets to take the lead. Truth number 4, the delay, was divine protection, not rejection. Aquarius, let's talk about something that still quietly hurts. The plans you were sure would work out but didn't. The opportunities that felt so close, yet somehow slipped away. The timing that never aligned, no matter how prepared or hopeful you were. These moments left questions you never fully answered. You blamed yourself. You replayed conversations, decisions, and timing in your head, wondering what you could have done differently. You questioned your worth, your readiness, and sometimes even your purpose. That quiet thought, "Why not me?" lingered longer than you admit. December 24th brings a powerful shift in perspective. It reveals a truth that changes how you see your past. You were not being rejected, you were being protected. What didn't happen wasn't a failure of effort or talent. It was a redirection away from something that would have drained you, diminished you, or slowly broken your spirit. What didn't move forward was never truly aligned with your future. What left your life did so because it could not grow with you. What stalled wasn't punishment. It was a pause designed to save you from unnecessary struggle. You may not have seen it then, but distance was mercy. With time, clarity begins to form. A missed opportunity spared you from burnout that would have consumed your energy and creativity. A breakup prevented you from losing yourself while trying to hold on to something that required constant compromise. A delay redirected you toward a path that fits your values, not just your ambitions. Aquarius, you are not meant for small limiting spaces. When something tries to trap your potential, the universe intervenes. It closes doors not out of cruelty, but out of care. Protection doesn't always feel gentle. It often feels like disappointment until the bigger picture appears. December 24th allows you to release self-blame. It invites you to stop measuring your worth by timing that was never yours to control. Trust that every delay carried purpose. Trust that every pause preserved your strength. The universe does not waste Aquarius potential. What is meant for you will arrive without forcing, without chasing, and without costing you your peace. And when it does, you'll understand why everything else had to wait. Truth number 5, a new identity is being activated, and it will scare some people. This is the most powerful truth of all, and it changes everything. Aquarius, you are not becoming someone new. You are not transforming into a stranger. You are remembering who you have always been beneath expectations, pressure, and self-doubt. What's awakening now is your original self, the one that existed before you learned to shrink, explain, or compromise your truth. December 24th activates a shift that feels internal first, then visible to the world. You step into confidence without arrogance. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth or announce your strength. You simply know who you are. Independence returns without loneliness. You enjoy your own company without feeling disconnected, and you choose people because you want to, not because you fear being alone. Your vision becomes clear, steady, and fearless. You trust your instincts instead of questioning them. As this identity activates, something else changes. You feel less need to explain yourself. You stop justifying your choices to people who never tried to understand you in the first place. You feel less pressure to fit in because belonging to yourself finally feels enough. Validation from others loses its power and inner alignment takes its place. This shift will not go unnoticed. And yes, it will intimidate some people, not because you are doing anything wrong, but because your growth reflects what others have avoided in themselves. People who benefited from your self-doubt may feel uncomfortable when you no longer question your worth. People who liked you quiet may struggle when you no longer minimize your presence. People who were comfortable with the old version of you may resist the change because it disrupts familiar dynamics. Let them be uncomfortable. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. You are not here to remain small so others can feel secure. You are not here to pause your evolution to maintain outdated connections. Growth is not meant to feel familiar. It's meant to feel expansive, slightly unsettling, and deeply honest. December 24th marks the moment you stop apologizing for becoming more yourself. This new identity is not louder, it's clearer. And once you step into it, there is no returning to who you were before. You are not changing for the world. You are finally aligning with your truth. What happens after December 24? After December 24th, the changes may not arrive loudly, but they will be undeniable. The shift begins quietly, almost gently, yet its impact is powerful. You may wake up feeling mentally clearer than before, as if the constant noise in your mind has finally lowered. Thoughts that once felt tangled start making sense. Decisions become easier because confusion no longer dominates your thinking. Emotional detachment from chaos is one of the first signs. Situations that once triggered anxiety, frustration, or overthinking suddenly lose their grip on you. You still care, but you no longer feel pulled into emotional storms that aren't yours to manage. This detachment doesn't make you cold, it makes you grounded. You begin responding instead of reacting. A sudden wave of motivation may follow, not the frantic kind fueled by pressure, but a steady inner drive that feels purposeful. You may feel inspired to organize your life, set new goals, or return to something you once put aside. This motivation comes from alignment, not urgency. It feels natural, not forced. Your intuition also sharpens. You trust your instincts more quickly and doubt yourself less. Subtle signs, gut feelings, and quiet insights guide your choices. You stop seeking constant reassurance because your inner voice grows stronger and more reliable. At first, you may feel unusually tired. This is normal. Transformation takes energy, especially when it happens on a deep emotional and mental level. Your system is recalibrating, releasing old patterns, and adjusting to a new sense of balance. Rest when your body asks for it. Drink water. Slow down without guilt. Reflection becomes important during this phase. You may feel drawn to journaling, quiet moments, or simply sitting with your thoughts. These pauses help you integrate what's changing inside you. There is no need to rush the process. Your next chapter isn't arriving with noise or pressure. It's forming quietly, intentionally, and in perfect timing. And when it fully reveals itself, you'll realize you were being prepared all along. Aquarius, December 24th, is not here to shake your world or create fear. It is here to align you with who you were always meant to become. Nothing about this moment is accidental. The timing, the emotions, the realizations, all of it is purposeful. You are stepping into a phase where clarity replaces confusion and confidence replaces doubt. Everything you have endured had meaning, even the moments that felt unfair or unnecessary. Every challenge you survived strengthened your awareness. Every setback sharpened your wisdom. Every loss, no matter how painful, created space for something better, suited to your growth. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. You are not behind in life. You are not late. You are not broken. You are in transition. Becoming who you are meant to be often feels uncomfortable because it requires releasing versions of yourself that no longer fit. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you evolved. What's coming next may not be fully visible yet, but trust this. It will make everything make sense. The delays, the endings, the confusion, they will connect in ways that bring peace instead of regret. The path ahead feels lighter because you are no longer carrying what was never meant to stay with you. If this message resonated with you, trust that it found you for a reason. Messages like this don't reach Aquarius energy by accident. The universe doesn't whisper without intention, and it doesn't awaken you without purpose. Take this moment as a sign to slow down, listen inward, and honor the shift happening inside you. Your intuition is stronger than you realize, and your next chapter is closer than it appears. If this message spoke to your soul, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might help someone else who needs this message today. Your voice matters, and your journey matters. Your awakening has already begun.